transition, lays it up with a right, off glass and in.
Muse at the basket, gets fouled and one.
Osley wants three, give her three.
Offensive rebound, and it's Njoku.
Boise State opens their final homestand of the season, taking on the Nevada Wolfpack tonight here at ExtraMile Arena in Boise. With Breland Blanding, I am Mark Snyder. Thanks for joining us this evening. Bree, Boise State comes in on a 4-game losing streak, which they certainly want to break heading into the Mountain West tournament in Las Vegas. If the tournament were to start today, the Broncos in 9th place would delay Fresno State. But heading into a game tonight and your final 2 games of the season, how important is it to get some wins and build momentum heading into that Las Vegas tournament?
It's very important to try to build a little momentum going into the tournament, and Boise State has a great opportunity to do that here today against Nevada. They definitely play better at home. They have proven that here in the season, and playing in front of the home fans, friends and family, we'll see if they can get that job done tonight.
You talk about that home cooking. The Broncos, 7 of their 8 wins this season have been here at ExtraMile Arena, and all time against Nevada, 25-6 on this floor. When you look at the Wolfpack, they're coming off a senior night loss to Colorado State, 62-55, despite 19 points from Daisha Hamilton, the Mountain West number 12 leading scorer.
Yeah, Daisha Hamilton is the senior leader for this Nevada basketball team, and as you can see here, she does it all for them. She's knocking down some mid-range jumpers. She knocked the 3 down and good with her assists and steals, and she did have a great performance against Colorado State, but we'll see what she can do here against Boise State tonight.
On this floor last year, she had 18 points as Nevada won by 20. This is the only meeting of the season between the two teams. The earlier season matchup was canceled down in Reno due to COVID problems with the Wolfpack. It's The Tip coming up next on the Mountain West Network. Mile Arena, let's meet the starters for tonight's game. First for the Wolfpack, under head coach Amanda Levins in her 5th season in Reno. They are 17-9 on the season. Daisha Hamilton, a senior guard from Rancho Cucamonga. The Jimenez sisters, Kylie and Allie. Amayo West, a senior out of Mesa, Arizona. And Lexi Givens, a sophomore from Alameda, California. Now for the Boise State Broncos and their veteran head coach Gordy Presnell in his 17th season. They're 8-18 overall. Mary Kay Nero, Anna Osley, Dominique Leonidas, Elodie Lalott, and Abby Muse. The 5 starters on the floor for the Broncos in their home orange jerseys today. Our officials, Tiffany Bird, Sydney Mott, and Jeffrey Benson. And Boise State in the orange jerseys this year, and the orange unis, they are 4-1, so it's a good luck omen for the Broncos as they get set to tip off against the Wolfpack. Muse jumping against Givens, and Nevada with the first possession. This is Kylie Jimenez, one of the top assist to turnover ratios in the Mountain West Conference. West, and stolen away by Nero. Here come the Broncos, good defense.
Yeah, it was great hands there by Dominique Leonidas to deflect that ball for Mary Kay to pick it up on the steal.
Pass to the low post, kicked out of bounds, so the Broncos will inbound on the baseline. Early going here, first quarter, scoreless. Thanks for joining us on the Mountain West Network. Leonidas in the corner. A lot down low. Elodie can't get that one to go. I think it's important for her to get established early and establish that inside game.
Yeah, she gets great momentum for this team when she gets going early. As you can see here, she grabs that rebound on the Nevada miss, but Boise State looking to push the ball here a little bit in transition. They're going to slow it down and set up a little offense against Nevada's man-to-man defense here.
A lot outside to Nero. The Broncos average almost 62 points a game. Leonidas at the top. Shot clock down to 9. Dominique in the corner. And a pass at the low post intercepted, intended for Abby Muse, taken away by Allie Jimenez. Nevada sets things up. Outside, this is Kylie Jimenez. She's a senior. Long range 3 on the way, no, but a foul on Leonidas. And there was Daisha Hamilton launching the 3, but drawing the foul.
Yeah, it's a little difficult to guard the three-point shot sometimes. As you can see here, she doesn't really give her much space to land. Kind of has her body there in the way, so she will shoot 3 free throws here.
First team foul on Boise State. Nevada, one of the top free throw shooting teams in the country. So you don't want to put them to the line because they usually take advantage. They're averaging over 80% from the stripe this season. This is Hamilton, all first team Mountain West last year. Almost 14 points a game last year, and she gives the Wolfpack the 3-0 lead after hitting all 3 of those free throws. And we will see what the delay is on the far side. One of the officials talking with Nevada head coach Amanda Levens. 8th season overall as a college head coach, 120 and 146. She coached at Southern Illinois Edwardsville. And there you see Gordy Presnell, 713 wins in his 35th season as a head coach. Full court pressure now by the Wolfpack. Kind of token pressure, and Leonidas across the timeline. Narrow, guns the pass to Osley. Nice head fake. Missed the shot.
Good head fake there, though, to get the girl to jump and go by her. Just couldn't knock down that mid-range jumper.
Hamilton corner for a 3-ball by Kylie Jimenez. The Wolfpack out to an early 6-0 lead 2 minutes into this one. Abby Muse, they're overplaying Leonidas, but Dominique finally gets it. Her free throw line jumper, back iron, no. Nice rebound, and a beautiful feed into Mary Kay Narrow for the bucket.
They do such a good job at crashing those offensive rebounds there, as you just saw, creating chance for those second chance opportunities, give them more momentum heading into this game.
Abby Muse, an excellent passer from the high post. That one pulled down by Lalott. And here's Narrow. Lalott may have traveled. Down low they go to Muse. Abby doesn't get it to go, but drew the foul. Using Melody Lalott up top as a distributor here in the early going. And she's a pretty good passer herself.
Yeah, both are great passers, and they're always looking for each other. That's the thing, and they kind of know each other well enough to know where they're going to be and how they like to receive the ball for the finish. And we'll see if Abby can knock down these 2 free throws here.
Amaya West with the foul. That one off the mark. Muse, a 65% free throw shooter. Into the lineup for Nevada is Nia Alexander, a senior from Federal Way, Washington, a transfer from the University of San Francisco. As Muse splits the free throws, and it's a 3-point game. Kylie Jimenez, the distributor, really makes this Nevada offense run. Leonidas on her. Out to Alley. Low post pass. This is Alexander. Guarded by Muse with 5 on the shot clock. Puts up a wild shot but drew the foul.
If you're a Boise State fan, you hate to see a foul with 1 second left on the shot clock, kind of bailing her out here. As you can see, she was throwing a lot of head fakes, getting people to jump, but that reach in there, she did get her on the elbow there. You just hate to see that with 1 second left on the shot clock, forcing her to shoot a tough shot, in which they did, but rewarding her with 2 free throws here.
Alexander, 87% free throw shooter, has not missed a game in her 3 years playing for Nevada, and she sinks a pair. So the lead is 5 for the Wolfpack. 6:45 to go here in the first quarter. Narrow up high to Lalott. And Osley on the right side. Lalott now working down low. Osley thought she had the baseline, but cut off there by Jimenez. And a steal by Jimenez.
Nevada starting this game with very aggressive defense on Boise State, trying to force those turnovers.
Hamilton buries the triple.
Hamilton now with 6 points on the game. She has surpassed her 1,000th point here for Nevada. That makes it 1,001. She just needed 5 points to reach that milestone, and she just got it with that 3-point shot there.
Muse with the offensive board. Narrow curls that one in. Mary Kay kept that one alive on the boards. It bounced to Abby Muse, and her pass threaded the needle, and the Broncos down 6. And a foul on Boise State as Givens drove the lane, or the baseline rather, and the foul was on Elodie Lalott. Watch this one, Elodie just a step slow, and that'll send Givens to the line. Led her Alameda High School team to a Northern California Division II championship. And a 4-year letter winner down in Alameda, California, out of the Bay Area. Rachel Bowers checks in for Boise State. As the Wolfpack now 7 of 7 from the free throw line. Taking advantage of every foul shot opportunity. 7 of their 13 points from the stripe. Bowers works down low, muscles it up and scores. Nice play by Rachel Bowers.
Yeah, that's a great play there. She caught exactly where she wanted it and took her time. She didn't get rushed, didn't feel rushed to try to throw up something quick, but she took her time, made a great move, and was able to convert that 2-point layup.
Scored off the freshman Natalie Lathrop, now in the game for the Wolfpack. This is Alexander. Step back, free throw line jumper, curls in. Well, Nevada is 3 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3-point range, and 7 of 7 from the foul line. So they have definitely started off feeling it today.
Yeah, they're starting out really hot, pretty much making everything that they're shooting. And
Nevada leading 15-7. We take a timeout live on the Mountain West Network. Boise State will look to take advantage of their size against Nevada tonight with points in the paint. So far tonight, that's pretty much what they've done.
Yeah, they're definitely crashed the boards very, very hard, and they're second in the Mountain West in rebounding for a reason, and those offensive rebounds play a huge role into that, as you see here. And Rachel Bowers did a great move down there in the paint to get that 2 there.
Rachel Bowers, the senior at 6'3", that's the same size as the tallest Nevada player. That shot missed by Narrow. And here come the Wolfpack. Into the full court, Kenna Holt now with the basketball. She's out of Reno, Bishop Manogue High School, but this is Alexander, and the hot shooting continues for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, she did a great move there, going to the left and fake that shot fake with the right to get her defender to jump in the air, and was able to convert the turnaround jumper.
10-point Nevada lead. Bowers down low. She turns and hits.
Kind of the same move that we just seen on the other end. They're both kind of showing off a little bit. Hey, I can do the same thing.
Cuts a lead down to 8 as the freshman Lathrop outside. Hands it to Roden now in the game. And that shot blocked by Narrow, and the ball kicked out of bounds off the Wolfpack. So Nevada's Amanda Levins, the head coach, shuffling a lot of players into the game on the floor right now. Kylie Jimenez, Audrey Roden, Kenna Holt, Nia Alexander, and now Hamilton checks back in. So they traveled with a whole bunch of people, 15, as Boise State looks to cut into this 8-point deficit as we approach 3.5 minutes. But there's a steal by the Wolfpack, taken away nicely by Givens. Roden fires a 3. That's off the mark. And Osley tips the rebound to Bowers. Narrow looks to push, but Nevada is back defensively. Leonidas. They're doing a good job on Dominique, not giving her a chance to find her sweet spot.
Yeah, they're applying heavy pressure on her, trying to keep her out of the paint area, and also she likes to shoot that mid-range jumper, and they're making sure they get over those screens good enough to not allow her that shot as well.
Hamilton with a defensive play. Alexander, a deep three, is an air ball. Saved, though, and Leonidas gets it on the break. 3-on-2 if Boise State hurries. Now it's 3-on-3. Leonidas, Osley, triple, back iron only, but tipped ahead to Bowers. Nice job there by Mary Kay Narrow to keep the possession for Boise State, and then a foul on the baseline against Hamilton. And there's that offensive rebounding you talked about, Bree. Boise State getting the ball back after the missed shot. Another opportunity.
Yeah, creating those extra opportunities is going to be huge here because it just, pumps everybody up, gives everybody energy, and you get another shot at scoring a basket. So that's great, of course. So Boise State does that so well, as you can see there. That's their third offensive rebound of the game.
Trista Hull checks in for Abby Muse for the Broncos. They'll inbound under their basket with Mary Kay Narrow, the sophomore from Beaverton, to do the honors. Gets it to Bowers and on top to Leonidas. Boise State would love to get Dominique on track. Narrow outside to Bowers and a whistle away from the ball. And I think it's a holding call against Nevada. That is the fourth team foul on the Wolfpack.
That's kind of close there. They both were kind of fighting for position there. Could have honestly went either way, but they called the foul on Nevada.
Freshman Jada Clark on the floor for Boise State. There's Leonidas missing the baseline jumper. And with the rebound, this is Kenna Holt. Roden. Shot is blocked down low. Boise State's Bowers and Hull both there defensively.
Yeah, that was a beautiful pick and roll there by Nevada, and it looked like they were going to have an open layup at the beginning, but that help rotation defense for Boise State came in and blocked that one away.
Narrow outside to Bowers. Now to Trista Clark, who's a streaky shooter. Left side Bowers. She's got 6.
That
Bowers,
is an area.
3 of 3 from the field and 6 points.
Yeah, that is an area that she thrives on, that pick and pop there. She's such a threat to pop and knock down that mid-range jumper, as you just saw there.
Kenna Holt. Ali Jimenez. And here's Hamilton. Spins, fires, missed it. And the rebound to Trista Hull for the Broncos. Down 6, under a minute and a half to go. Backdoor cut and a shot missed by Clark. Beautiful look, though. That backdoor pass by Narrow.
Yeah, it was a great pass there when your defender is overplaying, as she did here. Just give your point guard a look and say, hey, I'm going backdoor. And they connected good there, and she picked up the foul to shoot these 2 free throws.
Jada Clark, a good athlete, was on their high school track team in Richland, Washington. 78% from the line. And Boise State keeping it close, and when your leading scorer, Dominique Leonidas, has missed her only 2 shots, but you're able to keep it within 5, maybe 4, that's got to be a good sign for Boise State.
Definitely. Everyone else is doing the best that they can to try to get this win here tonight, and given their all here, as you can see, they're crashing those offensive rebounds hard, and they're rotating well, getting blocked shots, getting their hands on those balls for deflections. They're doing a really good job on the defensive end.
Outside, Ali Jimenez. This is Hamilton. High post to Givens. 8 on the shot clock, under a minute here in the first quarter. And a travel against the Wolfpack. You mentioned rebounds a couple times today, Bree. Boise State out-rebounding Nevada 10-4 here in the first quarter. As you see the travel again coming up here.
Yeah, they've definitely been boxing out hard and trying to get those extra opportunities. As you can see here, Rachel Bowers is starting off hot. She now has 8 points, 4 for 4 from the field. And
Bowers has made it a 2-point game. It was a 10-point Nevada lead. Broncos have sliced it down to 10. They're on an 8-0 run over the last 3.5 minutes. Hamilton tries to end that. It's blocked, but then a whistle.
Boise State has been doing well after the adjustment from Nevada, shooting 7 free throws in this quarter already, and they were 0 for 5 on a scoring drought for 4 minutes. So they're at the line here to try to get a little bit of momentum heading into that second quarter.
Hamilton with 6, Bowers with 8 to lead Boise State. And That one good. Again, the 5th best free throw shooting team in the country are the Wolfpack, and they have certainly cashed in tonight. Hamilton 4 of 4 from the line, opened the game hitting 3 free throws, and that breaks a long drought of over 4 minutes for this Wolfpack team as the shot clock off here in the final stages of the first quarter. Leonidas down to 10. Step back, free throw line jumper, buries it.
Nice shot there. Created great space for that last second shot.
And the midcourt heave is blocked by Trista Hull, and Boise State down only 2 at the end of 1. As Boise State's Dominique Leonidas with her first bucket. Second quarter's coming up next. Boise State down 2 as we start the second quarter. A big reason, Rachel Bowers 4 of 4 from the field, and she's hitting from inside. That's her happy place.
Yeah, she's playing great right now. Really making herself available for her teammates and knocking down that mid-range jumper and also making some good post moves down in the paint. And yes, she is 4 for 4 with 8 points to start this game.
In just 6 minutes of action, that's high efficiency. Boise State with the ball to start the second quarter, down 2. The deficit was 10, so they've done a nice job. There's a drive, the shot missed, but Lalott with the putback. Offensive rebounds again, and Elodie Lalott with her first bucket of the game.
Yeah, it was a great drive there by Jada Clark. She didn't get the layup to fall, but her teammates were right there to clean up the rim and get that rebound for the offensive rebound for those 2 points.
11-4 rebounding lead for the Broncos, and then a foul on Boise State as Trista Hull, trying to fight through the screen, pushed Nia Alexander out of the way.
Yeah, she did give her a little bit of a push right here, trying to get through that screen there.
Trista will sit, and Abby Muse checks back in for her. Team foul 1 here on the Broncos in the quarter, and gives the ball back. Kylie Jimenez with the basketball, guarded by Lalott. That's a good matchup. There's Hamilton, step back, top of the key. Not there. Rebound, Muse takes it out of the air. Leonidas, stutter step dribble. Lalott, free throw line jumper, curls off the iron. Good look for Elodie, just couldn't get it to drop.
Yeah, that was a good look there in the trail. They left her open, and she had time to kind of let it fly, but just couldn't get that one in.
Alexander misses a long rebound, but Holt gets the offensive board. And Alexander again, this time doesn't miss inside the lane. Nia Alexander with her 8th point. So Alexander and Hamilton 8 points apiece for the Wolfpack. They have 16 of Nevada's 21 points. Corner Leonidas. Shot clock winding down to 10. Outside narrow, stop, pop, off the front of the rim. But Abby Muse with the offensive board, and then they call a foul on Abby.
It kind of looks like she does go over the back here. Let's get another look at it as she's fighting for that rebound. She had a little bit of position there, not too much, but that could have went either way. And unfortunately for Abby, she gets that foul call there.
Got penalized for being 5 inches taller than Nia Alexander, who was trying to block her out. But the call goes against Boise State. Wolfpack with the ball, leading by 2. 2 minutes into this second quarter. Baseline drive, jumper, air ball. Lalott with another rebound. Narrow pushes the pace. Corner, Jada Clark. With Roden on her. Clark looking for an opening. And Lalott hands the ball to Leonidas. Dominique. 7 on the shot clock. She draws the foul. You know, you look at the record that Boise State has this year, and it's not what Coach Gordy Presnell and his team wanted, but they are giving a lot of young players a lot of valuable playing time, which can only portend good things in the future. Only 2 seniors on this team, true Dominique Leonidas, the transfer from Brown, the redshirt senior, and Rachel Bowers won't be back next year. But you have to like the way things look for the future for this young Boise State team.
Yeah, they fight hard, and, you know, it's always another game. You take it one day at a time, one game at a time, and you grow and you learn. And Boise State has been in a lot of close games as well where they can learn how to finish it out. So a lot of growth from this team we will see.
11 of their 26 games have been decided by single digits as that ball's kicked by Alexander as the low post pass intended for Lalott. So Boise State, a couple of friendly bounces and they could be higher up in the Mountain West standings as Clark dribbles outside. Jada with the runner off the iron, no, but rebound Lalott can't get that one to drop, gets a rebound, fights with it against Holt, the ball on the floor, and Alexander comes out of the pack with it.
Oh, it's good hustle there by Lalott. Even though she missed her layup, she was still fighting, falling on the ground, trying to get that loose ball, that 50-50 ball on the floor.
Kylie Jimenez gives it up to Lexi Givens. Her drive is good. Lexi Givens with a nice move underneath the defender, and the lead is back to 4 for the Wolfpack. Bowers corner, Clark. Cross court skip to Osley as they work the perimeter. Osley trying to find some room against Roden, can't. But they're going to call the offensive foul, wipe off the basket. Or do they give it to her? I thought I saw the official say offensive, but I guess not. Lalott with the bucket, she will go to the line.
I think one official is saying offensive and one is saying blocking foul. And it does look like she's very close to that circle there, and I think that they're going to keep it a charge here, offensive foul. Yep,
the baseline official makes that call. Lalott with the personal foul. That is her second. And Gordy Presnell doesn't like the explanation he's getting from the official who called it a block. So Nevada gets the ball back on the 5th turnover against the Broncos. Nevada's only turned it over twice so far this evening, and they lead by 4 with nearly 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Roden baseline, curls at home. Audrey Roden from West Lynn, Oregon. Good three-point shooter, 9th in the conference with nearly 2 3-pointers a game, but that was the old-fashioned 2-point layup, and her team's up by 6. They're on a 6-0 run here in the last 2:45. And that pass intended for Jada Clark, a little too tall. And Lalott will sit to be replaced by Trista Hull. Broncos just a little out of sync so far here in the second quarter.
Yes, Nevada's on a 6-0 run over the last 3 minutes, so Boise State has gotten a little stagnant here and make that 8-0 run with over 3 minutes.
Audrey Roden with the reverse layup and a whistle and a timeout taken by Gordy Presnell and the Boise State Broncos. They were down 2 at the end of 1, but they now trail 27-19. Back to Extra Mile Arena after this timeout on the Mountain West Network. It was a 2-point lead in favor of Nevada after 1, but they've gone on an 8-0 run, and the Broncos scoreless in over 4 minutes.
Yeah, as you can see here, Nevada just does a great job at getting to the rim, and they're finishing their layups. That's one thing that's very important when you get to that paint is you got to go up strong and finish, and that's exactly what they've been doing.
Boise State looks to break the run, but instead they turn it over. Stolen there by Ali Jimenez. Quickly the other way comes Kylie. Kylie launches the jumper. That's off the mark, but the rebound to Alexander and a reset of the shot clock for Nevada. Outside, this is the freshman Natalie Lathrop. Hands behind her to Audrey Roden. That's off the mark, and Anna Osley clears the glass for Boise State. Mary Kay Narrow. Jada Clark down low to Bowers. Bowers, that's her first miss, but she was fouled, so wipe off the miss, and some free throws coming up for the senior from Newhall, California.
And she had great position there. Great entry pass from Jada Clark, and she had full position there and went up strong with her left hand and was able to draw that foul.
Looking to end this 5-minute scoring drought and gets the hometown roll off the back of the iron. Sydney McQuieter, a 6'2" sophomore from Keller, Texas. The Boston College transfer will now come in to replace Bowers, who leaves with 10 points. Correction, she replaces Trista Hull, not Bowers. So the Broncos down 6, 4.5 to go here in the second quarter. Allie Jimenez. Alexander, nice move in the paint. Puts it up, rolls off. McQuieter lost the rebound, and Alexander cashes in. Sydney had her hands on the ball but couldn't corral it. And Alexander's got 10 to lead all scorers for Nevada.
Yeah, landed right in her hands there. It's probably the easiest basket she'll get all night.
Krista Clark. Wide open, narrow, long with the three. Roden with the rebound. Pass in the corner. That three ball is long on the floor. Still nobody gets it until Mary Kay Narrow has it. 2-on-2 developing. Narrow all the way, curls off. And the rebound tip to Alexander. Nice job by Kylie Jimenez to tip it to her teammate. Alexander, nice move in the lane. Sweet move by Nia Alexander, the senior from Federal Way, Washington.
Yeah, she is having a huge game so far. Their leading scorer with 12 points, shooting 5 from 8 from the field.
Osley gets that three ball to dip out. Boise State now 0 for 3 from long range, 0 for 4 rather from long range. And as we approach a 3-minute mark, the lead back to 10, the largest of the night for Nevada. Alexander played for her dad in high school, and her mom played at the University of Washington and played overseas. So you see where the bloodlines come in. That was a sweet move down low, and now a nice pass, but unable to finish was Allie Jimenez, and she draws the foul on the second attempt. Good court awareness by Alexander. Threaded the needle with that tough pass over the defense, earning her team 2 free throws.
I mean, she threw it perfectly here, right over the defender's head, and her teammate was able to easily catch that, and I say she drew the foul trying to finish the layup, but that was a perfect pass from Alexander at the top for the key.
McQuieter with the rebound, or with the foul, and that's a rare miss for Allie Jimenez, who's a 83% free throw shooter. Both her parents played college ball at Fort Hays State, so a lot of good lineage on the floor here. That one missed, but the offensive rebound by Lathrop, and here's Alexander. Deep three, Roden buries it. Roden, one of the best three-point shooters in the conference, gives her team their biggest lead of the night at 13. And now it's taken away by Lathrop down low. Another turnover on the Broncos. Roden, another three, buries that one from the wing. And Nevada opens up a big 16-point lead, and that was very quick. Broncos have missed their last 8 field goals, and Nevada over the last 6.5 minutes outscoring Boise State 18-2. The Broncos just 2 points here in the quarter as their offense has struggled. No field goals here in the quarter. Boise State's only point spree. 2 free throws by Rachel Bowers.
Yeah, they're struggling right now. They're 0 for their last 8 shots, and they can't really seem to get something going offensively. But this is where you pick up your defense and kind of have that lead the way and give you a little bit of steam coming in. And Nevada's 10-0 run in 2 minutes, so they definitely have the momentum here. And let's see if Boise State can regroup here after this timeout.
I take that back. They are 1 of 10 from the field here in the second quarter. Bowers down low. She draws the foul. So Boise State's only field goal here in the quarter was by Elodie Lalott. As we watch this one again, McQuieter with the pass from outside, and Rachel Bowers missed the layup, but she gets free throws.
Yeah, she wanted that and one there. She knows she should have made that, but here she can see the ball go through the net, take a couple time to just sit and really key in and lock in for these last 2 minutes of this second quarter.
Rachel misses her first. Broncos now 5 of 7 from the line. 11 for Rachel, and that breaks a long drought and makes it a 15-point game with 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Kylie Jimenez gives it up to her sister Allie. Back on top to Kylie with the turquoise shoes. Gets the screen from Alexander. Kenna Holt drives high off the glass, no good, and Osley with the rebound. Her outlet pass hits Leonidas in the back, but Dominique pulls it down. Low post from McQuieter, back to Leonidas. She'll launch the triple. And the rebound by Lathrop. Boise State 0 of 5 from beyond the arc with 1:15 to go. Normally the Broncos shoot about 27% from the three-point line. And now Nevada will slow things down with the lead and 10 seconds on the shot clock, 1:02 on the game clock. There's a drive, no. Osley with the rebound for Boise State. Pass down low for Bowers, catch, fires. She's got a season high with 13.
Yeah, she's playing great. She's trying to do everything that she can to win this game today. And she's starting with her position there in the post. She's really getting deep and low and sitting down and making it available for her teammates to give her that ball.
Andy Osley with a good entry pass to the low post, and Rachel cashed it in. Shot clock down to 10. Big clock at 22. Alexander outside Bowers. That's a tough ask for Rachel as Alexander to the cutter, and they do not get the shot off in time. Wipe it out for a shot clock violation, and Boise State should get the last possession here in the first half, trailing by 13. How important is it to try and get points going into the halftime break and end on a positive note?
Oh, it's very important, especially since they only scored 7 points in this quarter. It will be a huge momentum shift to go into halftime, making a basket, as you just saw. Leonidas with a great drive with the and one.
Give it to your senior leader, and she delivers, and a chance to cut it to 10 with 2.4 seconds to go. There you see the blow by Dominique Leonidas.
And great use of the left hand there on the finish.
And her left hand is taped, so you know that she's, have to shoot with that hand with, looks like her thumb perhaps. But she goes to the foul line with a chance to cut it to 10. And she does. So this is Hamilton, and that one is short. We've reached halftime. The Nevada Wolfpack leading the Boise State Broncos here at ExtraMile Arena, 37-27. Halftime stats and more coming up next on the Mountain West Network. Welcome back to ExtraMile Arena. We are at the half. Nevada leading Boise State 37-27 with Breland Blanding. I am Mark Snyder, and we look at the numbers from the first half, and it really shows how Nevada able to run off a pretty good lead here in the second quarter, especially shooting 41% from the field, but free throws a difference as Boise State was able to catch up a little bit. Another number that stands out to me, Bree, is Boise State had a big lead in rebounds, but Nevada has really picked up, trailing only by 2.
Yeah, originally Boise State had all of the offensive rebounds. Nevada didn't even have any, but now it's tied. Both teams have 5 offensive rebounds, so Nevada has definitely stepped it up on the offensive end, trying to go for those second chance opportunities.
Turnovers, 7-3. Boise State has committed 7 turnovers, and Nevada has, if it weren't for a 6-0 run at the end of the first half by Boise State, this one may be a little out of control, but Boise State has done a good job to pull to within 10 here at the halftime break. Let's see, as the free throw line, as we talked about, Nevada had hit all their free throws and missed 2 late in that first half. But the other number that jumps out, Bree, as you look at three-point field goal percentage, as Nevada is 4 of 9, and the Broncos have missed all 4 of theirs.
Yeah, Broncos haven't been able to knock down a 3 this game yet. They've scored a lot of points in the paint and also at the free throw line. So really haven't been shooting well outside the arc there and only making 2 field goals outside of the paint. So let's see if they can figure it out and knock down a couple of shots in the second half.
Yeah, Boise State with 16 points in the paint, which we had said might be a key because they do have the size advantage inside. We'll talk a little bit more about that here later on in halftime. But Boise State trailing now by 10. The lead at one point was 16, and the Broncos doing a good job to get it at least within shouting distance, down by 10 here at the halftime break against the Nevada Wolfpack, who come into the game averaging nearly 70 points a game, and they are certainly on that pace here in the first half.
Yeah, especially shooting the way they are, 12 for 29 for the game so far, so 41%, and of course 4 for 9 from the three-point line, shooting 44, so they've been knocking down a good bit of their shots there.
Boise State trails by 10 at the half. We'll have more halftime activities after this timeout. Mountain West Network, Nevada leads Boise State 37-27. We are at the half, and really 2 players, Bree, stand out in this basketball game for Boise State. Rachel Bowers, 5 of 5 from the field and a season-high 13 points.
Yeah, she has not missed today. She's been doing a great job at getting position and finishing all of her shots. She did do 1 pick and pop, but as you can see here, the rest of her points are in the paint and from the free throw line, so she's been playing great here for Boise State.
She exceeds her 12-point scoring high for the season set in January against Wyoming, as Bowers has been really the answer for Boise State offensively. On the other side of the coin, you look at Nevada and you look at Nia Alexander. She has 12 points on 5 of 8 shooting.
Yeah, she does a great job at those head fakes and moving around the rim, trying to get a good shot. As you can see, she does the little kind of mid-range floater there, and she does a great job at just, like I said, here she kind of gets it, and she's going up strong and even getting the ball back right there for the easy lay-in right in front of the rim. So doing a great job here. She leads Nevada with 12 points.
She's their second leading scorer on the third leading scorer on the season, averages a shade under 9 points. So she, again, just 6 points away from her season high, which was 18 set earlier this season against the University of Idaho.
Yeah, if she keeps playing like she's playing right now, she's 5 from 8 from the field, so shooting really good percentage, and also 2 for 2 from the free throw line, so she hasn't missed there either. So if she continues to play like this, she could very much beat her season high that she put earlier in November.
The transfer from the University of San Francisco. Actually, a little surprised that Nevada came out as strong as they did. I was talking with Larry Burnett, their radio play-by-play guy, and they were supposed to leave Reno on a flight through Portland to Boise Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. They get all loaded on the plane, everything's good, and then the plane is delayed, and ultimately the flight canceled due to a mechanical problem with a luggage door. So everybody troops onto a bus for the bus ride up from Reno to Boise, a stop in Winnemucca for pizza, and they roll into the Treasure Valley at 3:30 in the morning yesterday morning, Wednesday morning. So an arduous travel, and we talked at the Open, Bree, about the advantage of playing at home. One of those advantages, you don't have travel nightmares like the Wolfpack had.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about traveling much at all. You're 5 to 10 minutes away from the facility. You get to sleep in your own bed, and you know, traveling can be harsh on the body, it can be exhausting, and 3:30 in the morning, that's really early. So good thing that they left with enough time to not be so close to game time. They still kind of had a day to get together and recuperate, and clearly they've done that. They came out shooting really well today, and they clearly was not fazed by all their travel issues.
And then they'll get back on the bus after tonight's game. They play next in Logan Saturday against Utah State. They'll bus to Twin Falls tonight, overnight in Twin Falls, practice tomorrow at the College of Southern Idaho in Twin Falls, and then they'll drive down to Logan for their final game of the regular season, or excuse me, their next to last game on the regular season. They still have UNLV in their final game of the year. 10-point lead for the Wolfpack here at ExtraMile Arena, and we're back with third quarter action after we take this timeout on the Mountain West Network. As we get set to start the second half, let's take a look at Mountain West Conference standings as we head into the final games of the regular season. UNLV on top, riding a 12-game winning streak. They are on a roll, but currently at the half they are trailing Wyoming by 6 in a game played in Laramie. San Diego State is leading Colorado State with under 5 minutes to go in that one. As you see, the Aztecs at 7 and 8 trying to even their record at 500 heading into the conference tournament. Those are the only two other games going on here this evening. And of course, the Mountain West tournament starts March 6th, a Sunday, down in Las Vegas. And you know that UNLV is going to enjoy that home court cooking.
Oh, definitely. They don't have to worry about that travel that we just talked about earlier. Any travel problems, they're right there.
So UNLV Nevada is third, and they're looking to win their 10th conference game, which would be a high watermark under their head coach Amanda Levens in her first season. And they certainly would like to get that momentum going into the conference tournament, just like we said earlier in the broadcast that Boise State would like to build some momentum. Right now, Boise State and Fresno State, if the standings hold, will face each other in the first round of the Mountain West tournament. But a long way to go between now and then. The Broncos have a second half of action here, and then their season finale next Monday night against San Jose State on senior night. Nevada with the basketball to start the second half. West gives it to Givens. Hamilton 8 points here in the halftime break, the second leading score. The pass down low to West, and Amaya shot wild off the glass, and Lalott with another rebound. That is her 6th of the game. So now Leonidas with a three-point play right before halftime, looking to keep that going as Lalott has a lane to the basket but can't get it to drop. Leonidas with the offensive board. Nowhere to go with it, and then she throws it away. Tall timbers in the paint, and Leonidas couldn't shoot over them, had nowhere to go, and her outlet pass sails out of bounds for the turnover, the 8th of the game against Boise State. Kylie Jimenez, 8 games this year with no turnovers, and that's remarkable for a point guard. That one kissed off the glass by Allie Jimenez. Nice runner with the left hand.
Oh, that was a great shot there, coming across the lane, and was able to kiss it off of the backboard there for the easy 2.
First points of the second half belong to the visitors in dark blue. Dominique Leonidas gets the screen from Lalott, then picks up her dribble and goes out to Abby Muse. Lossley drives the lane, push shot, curls in.
That was a good drive there. She saw the hole, it was huge. I don't know what happened to Nevada on defense there, but she was able to drive through and finish that layup.
Her first bucket, she's got 2 points, 1 of 4 shooting. The pass down low for Givens. Back out on top to Jimenez, and she is fouled on the drive inadvertently, as Abby Muse really didn't do anything, kind of got in her way and impeded the path to the basket, so Abby is called for the foul.
It's always tough when you get your legs kind of tied up here. It's kind of what it looks like. Looks like she was falling a little bit before she even got fouled, but those are always a little tricky.
Abby's 3rd personal foul, so she will sit, and now the Broncos. Narrow comes out of the pack with a basketball, ahead to Leonidas. Dominique curls off. Lalott with the rebound. She muscles it up, and she'll go to the free throw line. Like the way Narrow just pushed the pace for Boise State.
Yeah, they're trying to get out in transition here. As you can see, she kind of missed that layup, but Lalott was right there to grab that rebound, and hopefully this gets her going a little bit. She had to sit half of the first half due to foul trouble, so now she's back in, and let's see if she can get a little momentum here with these 2 free throws.
Elodie 1 of 5 from the field, 7 rebounds. The sophomore from Paris, France. One of the top double-double performers in the Mountain West Conference. Boise State would love to get that out of her tonight. Narrow keeps it alive, and Lalott with the ball for Boise State, so they get a fresh opportunity. Lalott posting up down low against Hamilton, but they can't get the ball to her, so it goes outside to Leonidas. Elodie in the lane with the left hand off the window, doesn't get it to go.
It's a great move there. Bounced right off of the rim there, but still a great move. You love to see the aggression there, and she's 1 for 6 now in the game, but those will start rolling in.
Nevada with the basketball. This is Hamilton, relatively quiet in the second quarter and now into the third. Just 1 of 3 from the field. Down low, the reverse layup no good for Givens. Doesn't get the follow to go, a tie up, and the ball's awarded to the Broncos on the alternating possession. Good work down low though for Givens, who did not give up on that play.
Oh yeah, she was surrounded, had 3 Boise State defenders by her. You'll see here literally 3 people around her, was still able to see that it was off and go run and try to get that rebound for a second chance opportunity.
Broncos trail by 10, 7:20 to go here, third quarter. Need a spark, somebody to hit from the outside. They go down low for Bowers, the ball pinballs off. Osley picks it up on the baseline. She's hemmed in, finds it out to Hull, and the drive by Narrow. She can't complete the play, and the rebound now Leonidas with the steal. Finds Narrow. Mary Kay puts it home. Maybe that's the spark Boise State needs, a turnover on the steal and a basket by Narrow. She's got 6 points today.
Yeah, Dominique being very active on the defensive end there, poked it out from behind and easily found Mary Kay for that layup down there.
Here's Alexander on the left side, guarded by Trista Hull. Hamilton being overplayed, but now gets the basketball from Givens. The screen, they go down low for Givens, and she is fouled. I thought they were going to call it for shuffling the feet, but instead it's a foul on Boise State. Trista Hull's third personal foul. So now the Broncos with a couple players in foul trouble with 3 apiece. And Lexi Givens to the free throw line, whereas the first one is long. Her first miss of the game. 8-point game, 6:18 to go, third quarter. And 1 of 2 for Givens, and now Audrey Roden checks in for the Wolfpack, and Ali Jimenez will take a seat, and now we see some full court pressure by Nevada. Leonidas says, I got this.
Yeah, she's like,
That's
come on.
nothing. Swatting at a fly. Her team's down 9, passing the corner to Osley. Anna with the drive, doesn't get it to go, but she will earn free throws on a nice Euro step to the basket.
Yeah, Anna's definitely been aggressive in this game, driving, trying to finish at the rim, as you can see here. Trying to go over there and definitely got the foul, so let's see if she can knock down both of these free throws.
Tried to split the defenders and goes to the free throw line. Hits the first. Just a 50% free throw shooter on the season, with somebody who's as good an outside shooter as Anna is. Little surprised that she has those struggles from the stripe.
Yeah, that is definitely very surprising, but it happens sometimes, and knocked down both of them here, so I'm pretty sure she's happy about that.
She's got 4 in the game, and the Broncos trail by 7, so they're staying within striking distance of Nevada. Need a couple stops. This is Roden outside. Alexander up and under and scores. Nice move by Nia Alexander, and she's now got 14. And the rebound taken down by Givens. This is Hamilton, relatively quiet tonight. Givens at the top, straightaway 3, and that will sail out of bounds. Boise State's doing a good job on Daisha Hamilton, but some of the other folks are hurting them, including Roden and Alexander, both with double figures.
Yeah, they're definitely stepping up. With Hamilton not scoring as much as she normally does, they're stepping up and kind of take the matter into their own hands. They're both shooting great from the field. Roden shooting 4 for 7 and knocking down 2 threes to go with that.
Osley outside. This is Narrow, kicks it out. Trista Hull hits the Broncos outside jumper.
We talked a lot earlier about how they were getting a lot of points in the paint, but when you can knock down those mid-range jumpers, that kind of makes scoring in the paint even easier, because people have to honor you knocking down that mid-range jumper.
Rule it a 3. That's the Broncos' first 3 of the game, and then back the other way. Hamilton, her first points of the second half. She's now got 10, so 3 Wolfpack in double figures, and the lead is back to 9. Narrow outside, whistle and a foul, and they're going to get Trista Hull with the foul, setting an illegal screen, sending a Wolfpack to the floor, and we will get a timeout. 4:37 to go as we head to break. The steal and the hoop for the Broncos, Mary Kay Narrow. Timeout on the floor. That foul on Trista Hull for Boise State, her 4th, so she goes to the bench. Hull and Muse in foul trouble as Muse has 3. So that's something that Gordy Presnell's going to have to navigate here in the remaining 4.5 minutes of the third quarter, plus the fourth quarter. His team down 9. Corner jumper is way long, but the offensive rebound by Roden. Boise State now coming out in a zone defense. Roden buries the triple over the zone. And Roden with 13, and we'll have to check her season scoring to see where she ranks. It's certainly a good game for her as Lalott puts that basket in. I mean, Roden came in averaging 11 points a game, and she's got 13 so far on 5 of 8 from the field and 3 of 5 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, she's knocking down those open threes when she gets them in.
Lalott with the foul, but a block, but a foul called on Elodie.
And that's going to be her 3rd foul, so she's going to be having to keep an eye out on her as well. Doesn't look like a lot there. Looked like a clean block from the replay, but maybe the ref's seen a different angle with that off arm there.
From my angle here, it looked like it was on the body, not the arm. Friendly bounce there for Audrey Roden, and being at the free throw line and being effective at the free throw line, no real shocker for this Wolfpack team. 5th in the country and free throw percentage. As she gets them both, and the lead is back to 12. 49-37 in favor of the Wolfpack. Jada Clark now in the game. Download Abby Muse, and she draws the foul. So Abby on the floor with 3 fouls and just 1 point. And Boise State would love to get their second leading scorer on track. She's averaging over 10 points a game, but has struggled today, has not attempted a field goal tonight. She's 1 of 2 from the foul line.
Yeah, she's been a little quiet today. She has been in foul trouble, only playing 11 minutes so far in this game due to foul trouble. So hopefully she can get going here, get a couple of offensive rebounds, maybe keep some plays alive.
That one spins out of play, and the alternating possession, the ball goes to Nevada. I almost said Reno. They don't like that. The University of Nevada. Lalott got lucky. She didn't pick up a foul on that rebound. She reached over the Nevada player, but the referees did not blow the whistle. 3:15 to go here in the third quarter. It's an 11-point lead for the visitors. Givens works on Lalott. Good defense by Elodie, and the rebound to Clark. Jada in the forecourt, and she is fouled. Whistled for that one is Kenna Holt, the sophomore from Reno's Bishop Manogue High School. We talked about all these players whose parents played college basketball. Holt's parents both played at Loyola Marymount. So I'm going to guess some really good games on the driveway at home.
Oh, yeah, of course.
14 fouls on each side, so Boise State inbounding. They have the possession arrow. Outside, Abby Muse, down low to Lalott. Elodie to Osley with 13 on the shot clock. Abby Muse puts the ball on the floor. The run hander, no good. The rebound, though, Leonidas. Osley splits the defense, but can't get it to go. And out of the pack, stolen away by Osley. Broncos get a fresh shot clock. Good hustle by the Broncos to take that ball away.
Boise State being very active on defense there, trying to stick their hand and get those deflections.
Jada Clark, that one doesn't drop, and she can't save it on the baseline. Broncos had multiple opportunities at the basket, but could not cash in, and Nevada gets the basketball back. Rachel Bowers checks in for Elodie Lalott. Rachel tonight, 13 points to lead Boise State in 17 minutes of play. Kenna Holt. Cut off there by Jada Clark. Nowhere to go with it, and they get the 5-second count. No, it's a timeout. It's a timeout taken by Nevada as Holt was pinned in by the defense of Boise State. Timeout on the floor, 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Two other games tonight in the Mountain West Conference. One final, San Diego State travels to Fort Collins and beats Colorado State by 8, 69-61. So that brings the Aztecs to 500 on the conference schedule, and Colorado State drops to 9-7. About 2 minutes, at the end of the third quarter, Wyoming leads UNLV by 1. Here, it's 49-38, Nevada with the lead and the basketball. After that timeout, Roden drives. Roden is called for the offensive foul. Leonidas takes the charge.
She's so good at that rotation defense there. And as a guard, if you're driving and you don't jump stop, and you keep on going, you're going to run right into Leonidas here. As you can see, she did a great job of shifting over and getting outside of the charge circle to pick up that charge.
Third foul on Roden tonight. Osley guarded outside by Kenna Holt, guns the skip pass across the baseline, and then it's taken away by Hamilton. And her pass deflected and picked up by Muse. 3-on-2 for the Broncos. Osley throws up a wild shot. Rebound by Abby Muse, and she puts it home for her first bucket of the game.
Boise State picking up their defense here. Was able to get that steal after turning the ball over and convert 2 points. That was a great job there by Anna Osley, finishing through the contact.
Pass in the low post. Abby Muse with the steal. Ahead to Leonidas. She pushes the pace. Dominique now pulls it out wisely. Finds the trailer, Muse, and she is hammered going to the basket. Hamilton called for the personal foul. That is her third.
Hamilton clearly frustrated there. A hard foul on Abby Muse, but great cut and great find by Dominique.
Yeah,
now she'll head to the line.
Abby running the floor really well. Showed her hands to Dominique, so she said, I'm open. And she was like a freight train charging down the lane and drew the third foul on Hamilton. So Hamilton and Roden on the floor, each with 3 personal fouls, as is West, who's back in the game. And that one curls in for Abby Muse for her 5th point. She's heating up. Halfway to her season scoring average, and she cuts the lead down to 8. Make it 7. Nice pre-shot routine, spins the ball backwards into her hand and put it home. The lead is 7 for the Wolfpack, who haven't scored in the last 2 minutes and 48 seconds and have turned it over the last 4 times they've had the basketball. This is Givens outside to Hamilton. She can heat up in a hurry, and that one off the window doesn't go. The rebound tipped, saved by Muse, comes down to Leonidas. 30 seconds here in the third quarter. Boise State down 7. And now Leonidas, the senior, wisely settles things down. At some point, we'll have a discussion over whether that's carrying the ball or not. They don't call it outside there, but 8 seconds on the shot clock now as Leonidas cuts to the lane, cuts to the basket, puts it home. She is fouled. Count the basket for Boise State. Dominique Leonidas ended the first half with a 3-point play, and she's trying to close out the third quarter in the same fashion.
Awesome, strong drive there by Dominique. As you can see, she's finishing through the contact. Even had to do a little scoop through to make that layup, and what a great finish and great momentum to head into this fourth quarter.
Kylie Jimenez whistled for her first personal foul. And now Leonidas to make it a 4-point game. Strong with the free throw. Rebound to Givens. Shot clock down to 3. Hamilton launches the triple. It's off the iron. Now we've played 3. And Boise State trails Nevada by 5 as we get set for the fourth quarter, thanks to Dominique Leonidas and the strong drive to the basket. Back after this timeout. Boise State with a strong third quarter, outscoring the Wolfpack 17-12 to pull to within 5. They did it inside with Elodie Lalotte. And Abby Muse with the follow. And then Dominique Leonidas, the spark plug.
Does it all for this team. I mean, what a great finish there to end that quarter.
Boise State will have possession. Leonidas. It's knocked out of play. We watch it again.
Looks like she kind of slipped there.
She slips, but last touched by the Wolfpack. Amaya West. Leonidas guns the pass. Corner. Narrow. Buries the triple.
Great drive and pass there by Dominique Leonidas.
And that's a tough pass to make along the baseline, isn't it? Through traffic.
Yeah, it's an extremely difficult pass to make, and as Mary Kay was in the perfect position there in the corner to make herself available and was able to knock down that open 3 to make this a 2-point game.
Yeah, Boise State now just 2. Now they did change that shot earlier, so now just their first 3-pointer of the game. Now they've cranked up the defense. The shot is off the mark, and the rebound to Abby Muse. Broncos can tie with this possession. Narrow with the basketball. Gets the screen from Bowers. Guns it over to Lindsay Lovarovich, and a foul called on Boise State. Lindsay called for the offensive foul and the turnover.
That was good hands there by the Nevada defender, Ali Jimenez, to knock that ball out of her hand and hold it strong to get that foul call.
Lindsay sits, Osley back in after a short breather. And the Wolfpack with the basketball, leading by 2. Biggest lead was 16 at one point. This is Amaya West, hands behind her to Kenna Holt, the sophomore. Hamilton cut off nicely, pass in the lane, stolen by Osley, and Muse picks up the loose ball. Broncos again with a chance to tie. Narrow, Bowers, she's feeling it, that's her first miss of the night, but Muse with the offensive rebound keeps it alive for Boise State. Abby trying to post up the shorter Amaya West. Now she brings her outside, and Osley works the offense with 8 on the shot clock. Overplaying Leonidas, so the pass goes to Muse up high. Hands to Leonidas. She drives, ties the score at 49.
The level of difficulty of that layup there by Dominique, finishing with the left hand.
And Hamilton answers at the other end with 12 points now. She said enough of this nonsense. One of the top scorers in the Mountain West Conference regains the lead for Nevada. Osley guarded by Hamilton. To Leonidas, who now has 9 points. Bowers is fouled, and that whistle goes against Givens, and that will be her second.
You can get another look at it here. Had great position and tried to do a little turnaround and definitely had contact, and now she'll be at the line for 2.
First one good.
And with that free throw, Boise State now has 50 points. And speaking of 50, assistant coach Heather Soares' parents are celebrating their 50th anniversary tomorrow, 50 years of marriage.
Well, congratulations to them and happy anniversary. And so hopefully they're watching tonight and we can extend our best wishes to them. Tied at 51, 7.5 to go. Kylie Jimenez and the Hamilton, you get the sense that Dacia wants to take this game over. West outside to Hamilton, gets the screen, gets the ball back, fires, skips off the iron. Lalotte with another rebound, that is her 9th. And the Broncos can take the lead on this possession. Leonidas down low for Abby Muse. Spins, held ball, alternating possession to Nevada. Good job by the defense of the Wolfpack. Amaya West reaching in and getting the held ball.
She came quick. That's how she was able to get that tie up. She didn't take her time. She went there and was able to get her hands on that ball for the jump ball.
Under 7 minutes left in this one. West, guarded by Muse. Picks up the dribble, nowhere to go with it. And a whistle, and Osley is going to be called for the reach. That is her first. Second team foul on Boise State. Broncos with 2 timeouts left, Nevada with 3. And they reset the shot clock to 20. Hamilton to trigger. Gives it up to Ali Jimenez. And this is Hamilton. She's got that look in her eye, and that ball goes out of bounds. Hamilton hits the floor hard, but the ball is out of play to the Wolfpack with 13 left on the shot clock in a tied game as you watch it again.
Yeah, that was a good strong drive there, but the hands by Dominique Leonidas to knock that ball out of there. She leads. Well, she doesn't lead, but she has 2 steals in this game so far, but definitely has way more deflections leading to her teammates having those steals.
Alexander back on the floor for Nevada. Shot clock down to 8. Lalott with the deflection, and now she gets the rebound, her 10th. Elodie averages 7 a game, and she's exceeded that. And once again, the Broncos with a chance to take their first lead in the contest. Muse with the rebound. She was fouled, and Boise State will go to the free throw line with 6:09 to go. Boise State now with 12 offensive rebounds.
And Abby Muse leads it with 5 offensive rebounds. She is doing everything she can to try to get to those loose balls and those long rebounds.
And she gives Boise State the lead. First lead change of the game. And the Broncos up by 2. I guess we shouldn't be surprised it's close. Boise State's played a ton of close games this year. Can this young squad close? That's the big question. High post to Alexander. Abby Muse on her, and good defense by Abby. The ball knocked out of bounds. Nevada will keep it, but Abby did a good job that time not to pick up her 4th foul.
Yeah, she kept her hands up, expressing to the refs, hey, I'm not touching her right now. Hands straight up, and she did knock it out of bounds there. So correct call with Nevada having the ball here.
Kylie Jimenez gives it to Hamilton. Hamilton with 9 on the shot clock. Jimenez out to Alexander. Shot clock winds down to 3. Alexander draws the 4th foul that time on Muse, and there's another one of those possessions with a shot clock down to 1 or 2 seconds, and the foul called on Abby Muse, and that's now her 4th.
Yeah, but good awareness here by Alexander, knowing that she has those 3 fouls and jumping and putting her body into her, trying to draw that foul there, and she was successful. Now she's at the line for 2 free throws.
Abby leaves with 8 points and 8 rebounds, and Rachel Bowers with 15 points checks in. Alexander at the free throw line, perfect there tonight, 2 of 2. And now has 15 points, and Nevada pulls within 1. And we are tied again. Nail biter in Boise. Broncos trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. As Osley, left baseline, drives, scores! Six for Annie. And Boise State regains the lead by 2. Alexander cut off by 2, 3 Broncos, jump ball, possession arrow favors Boise State.
Boise State doing a great job on defense, just trying to get their hands anywhere they can. And as you see there, they were rewarded with the jump ball, and now up 2 points. Let's see if they can have a good offensive possession here.
10th turnover on the Wolfpack as Narrow brings the ball up the timeline. Goes right corner. Finds Bowers down low. Dishes it to Lalott. Missed the shot and drew the foul. Elodie Lalott will go to the free throw line after we take a timeout. Boise State leading by 2. Under 5 minutes left in this one. A great game at ExtraMile Arena. Dominique Leonidas with the hoop. Boise State outscoring Nevada 11-4 here in the fourth quarter. They're doing it from outside, a three-pointer by Narrow, and inside a layup by Dominique Leonidas. And Anna Osley with the layup. So right now, Bree, Boise State shutting down this potent Nevada offense. No field goals this quarter for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, they've definitely picked it up on the offensive end, attacking the basket hard and focusing on finishing those layups. And even if they do miss, they're fighting for those offensive rebounds. And then on the defensive end, they're being a little more aggressive with Nevada. They're pressuring them a little bit and not allowing them to get any easy buckets like they were in the first half.
Lalott hits the first. She's got 5 tonight. Make it 6. Beautiful form on that one. 6 points, 10 rebounds, and the Boise State lead is 4. As Kylie Jimenez brings the ball down. Just 2 assists for Jimenez, who's one of the top in the league at 3.6 a game and had 13 earlier this year against San Jose State, but Boise State's bottled her up nicely. Alexander fires, doesn't get it. Lalott with her 11th rebound. Boise State out-rebounding Nevada now 34-25, reasserting their dominance on the glass. Nevada had caught up at halftime, but Boise State has extended that margin.
Yeah, and also at halftime they were tied in offensive rebounds. And now Boise State has 5 more offensive rebounds than they do.
Bowers with her second miss of the game. Alexander in the lane, bounces home, hit the back iron, bounced 3 or 4 times and dropped through. 16 for Alexander. And the Bronco lead is 2 as we're under 4 minutes.
Oh, with that layup, she has 18, shooting 7
18.
for 11 from the field.
Lalott with the left hand on the feed from Leonidas. And now Elodie with 8. And the Bronco lead back to 4 as we're under 3.5 to go. The drive, the shot missed. Bowers with the rebound, but a foul called on Boise State. 4th team foul on Boise State. Watch the drive again by Jimenez. She will go to the free throw line. Kylie, 81% free throw shooter. Her first trip to the line tonight. Boise State has made 4 more free throws than have the Wolfpack, now 3. Broncos 18 of 24 from the line. Nevada now 15 of 18.
And Nevada only shooting 6 free throws this half compared to Boise State's 15 free throws. Or make that 8 for Nevada.
Kylie Jimenez now with 6 points after she hit both of those. Excuse me, 5 points after she hit both of those. And Boise State's lead down to 2 as the clock winds down to 3:20 left. Abby Muse to Leonidas, down low for Lalott. Elodie missed that one, gets the offensive rebound, doesn't get the putback to go. And Jimenez with the rebound has it stolen by Muse. Lalott puts it home. Abby Muse with the steal and the assist. Lalott with the bucket.
Abby Muse has played a huge role in this second half with the momentum that Boise State has gained.
She's playing with 4 fouls as Hamilton, guarded by Abby outside. Down low for Alexander, Lalott on her. Hamilton cuts in the lane, sets a vicious screen and is called for the offensive foul. She picked off 2 Broncos with that screen and got called for the foul.
I'm not even sure she was meaning to set a screen at first, but as you can see, she just ran right into Elliot a lot. That's an easy offensive call there for the referee. And man, I don't think she was meaning to set that screen, but her teammate just went for it, so she tried to stop.
And Narrow also in that 3-car pile up. Broncos lead by 4 with 2.5 to go. Dominique Leonidas to Anna Osley. And the Broncos working it patiently. Leonidas scoops, scores! Leonidas!
She is making a point to not lose this game here at home. She has been doing everything that she can, driving aggressive to the rim and finishing these tough layups.
She's got 11 on 5 of 11, but some dynamic slashes to the basket there. She scoops it up with the right hand, high off the window, and put it home. And the Broncos with their biggest lead at 63-57, as Boise State is dominating this fourth quarter, outscoring Nevada 19-8 in the quarter. And from the field here in the fourth quarter, they are shooting 40% and holding Nevada to 30%. But Boise State is maybe, Bree has found a way to close all these close games. A young team, they're finally managing to show the maturity that, you know, Coach Gordy Presnell wants them to show. And we talked before the game about this is good heading into the tournament. It's a great way to close out a game if they can hold on to this lead.
Yes, and I think it really starts on the defensive end for the Broncos. As you can see, they get another chance here to see if they can get a stop, but forcing Nevada 9 turnovers in this half so far, picking up their intensity on defense and really making a point to not allow any easy baskets.
2 minutes left, and Hamilton's got her 14th point as she drove strong to the basket, and that cut the Bronco lead to 4. Mary Kay Narrow out to Osley. Now Anna to Abby Muse way outside, near in the Bronco logo at midcourt. Shot clock down to 13. Backdoor pass stolen away. Good hands by Ali Jimenez. 18th in the conference in steals, and back the other way. Alexander makes it a 2-point game. She's got 20. Excuse me, that was Hamilton with a basket. She's got 16. And Hamilton starting to assert herself here in the second half. And the Bronco lead is down to 2 with 1:10 to go. Abby Muse, she travels.
Yeah.
Got into traffic, and Abby took a walk.
Kind of got surrounded there and had the ball up high, so she didn't take a dribble, and she definitely traveled here, ran into a couple of players, but Nevada has a little bit of momentum here. Hamilton is kind of taken over and late in this fourth quarter, trying not to lose this basketball game.
Nevada's hit their last 3 shots. Hamilton drives baseline, drew the foul from Narrow, and will go to the stripe with a chance to tie the score. And we talked about how Nevada 5th in the country in free throw percentage. They've missed 3 tonight, but Hamilton is a perfect 5 of 5 as Lalott checks back in for Bowers. And Hamilton with a chance to tie this up. Boise State had led by 6 late here in the fourth quarter. Roden leaves, and Holt will check in for Nevada. Nevada trying to win their 10th game of the conference season, which would be their best in the 5 years that Amanda Levens has been their head coach. Hamilton now with 17, 6 of 6 from the stripe, and this to tie it. We're knotted at 63. West will check back in. Alexander will leave. Hamilton and Alexander share game high honors with 18 points. And Boise State under 50 seconds to go in a tie ball game. Abby Muse, Dominique Leonidas. Outside to Osley, each team with 2 timeouts. Muse up high, gets it back to Narrow. Narrow to Leonidas with 8 on the shot clock. She'll launch a 3. It's long. Rebound Hamilton. Nevada can take the lead. The shot clock is off. Hold it for the last possession.
With the tie ball game, you definitely can. You don't really have anything to lose here. But if you shoot it with enough time, you could get an offensive rebound and put it back.
Shot clock is off. Game clock down to 8. Hamilton. And she draws the foul with 2. Oh, an offensive foul. She runs over Dominique Leonidas with 2.2 seconds to go. I don't know if Hamilton is frustrated or hurt, but she's lying prone on the baseline with her hands over her face. Watch it again. Leonidas takes another charge.
She was in perfect position. Who else but Dominique Leonidas to make a play like that? I mean, her IQ is phenomenal. Knew that she was attacking the basket hard and slid right in front of her to have great position for that offensive foul.
So Brian put you in the coach's box. 2.2 seconds ago, you have to travel the length of the floor in a tie game. What's your play?
I want to see where they actually have the ball, because if Gordy called the timeout, he could advance it to half court. Okay. So at half court, you have a lot better chance, but you can do anything here. I mean, you can try to get a 2. Definitely probably try to get as close to the basket as you can. Try to draw up a play that involves a lot of screens, kind of make the defense make a decision, maybe make a miscommunication, no switch, 2 people on 1. I mean, you really want to try to get the ball as close as you can and close to the rim as you can to kind of get it easy. Not an easy, nothing's going to be easy at this point, but be closer to the rim for a higher percentage shot.
So if you're Nevada, you want to keep the ball out of Dominique Leonidas' hands. I did see that the assistant coaches for Boise State confirmed they will inbound at midcourt. So that shortens the floor considerably and gives them a few more options. It also gives you less room to get the ball in.
Yeah.
But Boise State does have a timeout left, so if they have to take it, if they can't get the ball in, Gordy Prisnell can take a timeout.
Yes, and if you're Nevada, the last thing that you want to do here is foul. You want to keep your hands straight up, make it a difficult shot without fouling. And
now Nevada's Amanda Levins, looking at the way Boise State lines up, takes her 30-second timeout. So the Wolfpack have one timeout left as well, as they will now discuss the play. So do you change things up? Was that a ruse by Gordy Prisnell, put out something that he wasn't going to run to force Nevada to take the timeout, or do you come back with the same thing?
I would come back with the same thing. I mean, you already told the girls in the first huddle this timeout is only 30 seconds, so not the most time to really draw up a play. I'm not sure if he has some in the bank to just, that they prepare throughout the week, but it looks like they're kind of coming out in the same set to run the same play that they were before this timeout.
They put Lalott and Osley on the baseline blocks. They put Leonidas on the far block at the top of the key and Muse on the near side top of the key, and Narrow to inbound with 2.2 seconds to go. The screen is set. Leonidas, no, it comes to Osley. She throws it up at the buzzer, and we're going to go to overtime. Boise State had a good look at it, but Osley's three-pointer was long, and we'll have 5 more minutes of basketball as we will go to overtime, tied at 63. They drew up a play, they got a shot away, but it was not successful as you watch it here. Osley's shot is long, the horn sounds. Back with overtime after we take this timeout. Elodie off the glass, left it short. Rebound and a foul called against Boise State. I think they're going to get Leonidas with the reach. Let's see who the foul is on. I didn't catch the number. Lalott had a chance down low, and she and Leonidas were both there, and it'll be free throws for Nevada. Leonidas called for her second. Nevada in the bonus. And the first free throw good by Givens. And Boise State had a 6-point lead late in that fourth quarter. Now Nevada up 1. Now make it up 2 as they are 20 of 23 from the foul line. And the Broncos have to play catch up here in the overtime period. Muse, trouble with that one, but pulls it in, gets it to Osley. Goes behind the screen and into the corner to Narrow. Down low for Lalott. Elodie, nice move in the paint, ties the score.
That was a very nice move there. She saw that other defender on the baseline side, so of course decided to go middle to avoid that double team and was able to make that easy basket right in front of the rim.
Another double-double for Elodie, 12 points, 12 boards. We're tied again at 65. Hamilton drives and puts it in off the window. And she's got 20. Averages 13 and a half, so she is pulling her weight and then some for the Wolfpack tonight, who now lead by 2. Lalott missed that one. Rebound tip to Abby Muse. She ties the score. Lalott kept it alive and Abby put it in. Muse now with 10 to go along with 9 rebounds. And we're tied again at 67. Our 7th tie of the night.
Abby Muse's effort on the offensive end. She has 6 offensive rebounds in there. Knocked that ball away for the deflection.
On the steal. Narrow thought about pulling the 3, but gets it back out to Leonidas with 3:09 to go. We're in overtime, tied at 67. Narrow guns the pass to Osley, wide open. Too strong. Another rebound and a putback for Elodie Lalott. 14 and 13 for Elodie.
Second chance opportunities keeping Boise State alive here.
And Nevada earns free throws. Elodie Lalott, her season high in points, twice 16, rebounds 14. She's close in both categories as we see the foul there. Lalott with her 4th. So now she and Muse, and that would be bad news for Boise State to lose them because they have really carried this team here in the second half along with Leonidas as Hamilton calmly hits the first. She's now 8 of 8 from the stripe and has 21.
Yeah, foul trouble looking heavy for both teams as Hamilton also has 4 fouls along with Roden and Givens for Nevada. So a lot of people have to be careful here in these final minutes.
The Wolfpack hitting 88% of their free throws tonight. That will boost their standing in the national rankings. And we're tied again at 69 with 2.5 to go. Leonidas looks down low, now hands it behind her to Narrow, and Mary Kay looking for an opening, can't find one. Out to Osley with 10 on the shot clock. Anna, corner, Narrow, runner, too strong. Rebound Abby Muse, and they call Abby for a foul.
And that's going to be her 5th foul of the
Wow,
game.
and I don't think that was a good call. I think she just happens to be taller than the defender, and Gordy Presnell doesn't like it. Let's look at this one again. I don't know where that foul is.
Yeah, and she's been doing that same thing all game. She has 6 offensive rebounds, and at least 3 of those have occurred the same way where it kind of just lands in her hands like that. So costly for Boise State as she has to exit the game with 5 fouls.
Rachel Bowers in for Abby Muse, who leaves with 10 points and 9 rebounds. Fouls out with 2:13 to go here in the overtime, and West misses the first free throw. I think West had her hands up kind of entangled with Abby and should have maybe either been a no call or even potentially a foul on Nevada. 1 of 2, and that gives the Wolfpack the 1-point lead. West's first point of the game.
And normally when you have those over the back fouls, it's because the defender boxed out and they kind of went over on the box out, but there it didn't look like much like her hands were just up trying to reach for the rebound.
Leonidas to the basket, missed, but drew the foul with 1:54 to go, and Dominique to the free throw line where she is 1 of 2 tonight. She's got 11 points, and she's taken this game and says, ride my back, folks. The senior.
And with that foul, Hamilton, who has carried much of the load, she has 5 fouls and will have to exit the game as well.
With 22 points, yes.
So both teams lose a costly player with 5 fouls fouling out of this game in overtime.
Leonidas with 2 free throws with 1:54 to go here in overtime, trailing by 1. 73% free throw shooter on the season, lines up a little off center, as you can see there. And ties the game with her 12th point. Leonidas, Lalott, Bowers in double figures on the floor for Boise State. Roden, the leading scorer, now on the floor for Nevada with 15. Hamilton fouls out with 22. And the Broncos lead as that one bounces 3 times and drops through the net. Now Boise State has to play defense, and Abby Muse, one of their better defenders, a spectator. So let's see what Nevada does. The drive, the shot, banks it in off the glass for Audrey Roden, and she's got Nevada back on top with her 17th point. Minute and a half to go in this one.
Roden, knowing that Hamilton is out and someone's gonna have to step up and score some points for them.
Leonidas down low to Lalott, missed the shot, but she'll go to the line.
Both teams shooting a lot of free throws here. Boise State is finished shoot number 27 and 28, while Nevada has shot 27 free throws.
And that foul on Roden, and that's her 5th personal foul. So the 2 top scorers in the game for Nevada now on the bench. And Lalott ties it at 72. So now if you're Nevada, Givens is your leading scorer on the floor with 7. Gets the friendly bounce. Elodie Lalott with 16. A minute 20, minute 18 to go. Nevada trails by 1. They have the basketball. But Alexander set to check in for the Wolfpack. The drive, Osley with the defense, but a nice spin move by Kenna Holt. Her first bucket of the game gives the Wolfpack a 1-point lead and a timeout taken with 58.4 seconds to go. Or was it a timeout? The clock stopped. I guess they wanted the sub in. But there was no dead ball to stop it.
Oh yes, so with 1 minute left in the last quarter, the clock does stop.
Okay.
On makes and dead balls.
Well, actually, must have been a turnover. I was looking down because Nevada has the basketball.
Yeah, Dominique Leonidas tried to throw it to Elodie Lalott.
I didn't see that.
A little too much on it.
I was looking down. My mistake. Nevada with the ball leading by 1. And off the foot of Nevada's Ali Jimenez. Thank you, Bree, for catching me up on that one. Now Gordy Presnell takes the timeout with 37.5 seconds to go. His team down 1. So Nevada will get a possession. There's a 7.5 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. So now Gordy Presnell is going to have to dial up a play with 37.5 seconds to go. His team trailing by 1 here in the overtime period.
Well, one thing for Boise State, they do a great job, as we've mentioned, all game long on those offensive rebounds. They have 15 offensive rebounds. So even if they don't have enough time now with 37 seconds, shot clock's only 30. You won't be able to hold it until the last shot, but all game they've been crashing those boards hard. You could get the rebound and set yourself up for a second chance opportunity.
Elodie Lalott, 4 fouls. You see her there, number 23, but 16 points and 13 rebounds. She ties her season high in scoring. This is now the 3rd time this season she's had 16 points. Rachel Bowers will inbound, guarded by Amaya West. And the pass comes into Mary Kay Narrow, closely guarded by Ali Jimenez. Leonidas. Dominique into the corner to Osley. Back on top to Bauer, back to Osley with 15 on the shot clock, 22 on the game clock. Leonidas down low to Lalott. The Broncos lead by 2. And a timeout taken by Nevada. They worked that one perfectly, and Elodie Lalott, 18 points on 7 of 16 shooting.
Gordy Presnell is very happy with his basketball team right now. Great ball movement. took care of the ball in that possession, waited until they got a good look at the basket. And Ellie Lalott, I mean, great position here. As you see, she's held that position, and nice power dribble and strong finish with that left hand.
It's a 1-point game. Each team over the limit, so fouls certainly will send Nevada to the line, and they're only 23 of 27 from the line tonight, 85%. So now you have to design a defense that doesn't foul, and that's easier said than done in a game that has featured 43 fouls.
Yes, it's going to be a challenge to keep your hands straight up, but you know you have to do it and keep that discipline so that you don't send them to the line for 2 easy free throws. So definitely a test here for Boise State. Try to play some strong defense. They've been playing very well in the second half with their defense, forcing them to turn the ball over a couple times, getting their hands on a few balls for deflections. But defense will be key here to, like say, not foul, send them to the free throw line. And if they do miss, you have to secure the rebound. Have a strong box out and secure that rebound.
Nevada's biggest lead tonight, 16 points. That was at 37-21 in the second quarter. The Broncos' biggest lead was 6. That was at 2:18 of the fourth quarter, and then Nevada tied it. We went to overtime, and we have 17.1 seconds left in this one. Broncos leading by 1. Nevada will inbound with Kylie Jimenez. And the inbounds pass comes to Allie. Back to Kylie. Guarded by Leonidas. On top to Alexander. Alexander bottled up. Outside to Allie. Alexander, free throw line jumper, good! With half a second to go. Boise State played great defense, but Alexander found a seam, and she's got 20. Really the only shooter on the floor for Nevada, and she gives the Wolfpack the 1-point lead. Heartbreak for Boise State after such great defense.
That was a good decision for her to jump stop and come to a stop, because Leonidas was right there ready to take that charge, and she pump faked, got the defender in the air, and took one dribble and pulled up for the little easy mid-range bucket there. And yes, that does put Boise State down 1 with 0.5 seconds on the clock.
And I thought the officials were checking the monitor to see if there's any additional time on the clock, but it looks like the half a second is going to hold. So Boise State basically catch and shoot. There's not much more you can do oh, now they put a full second on. Okay. So now you have a second, which still is a catch and shoot, but it gives you a little bit more breathing room. Watch it again. The free throw line jumper by Alexander with 1.3. Yeah, there's 1 second. Good call by the officials. The ball goes through with a second to go. Boise State to inbound. Side court opposite our direction. Looking for a miracle to pull this one out, trailing by 1. Narrow to inbound. You know they're going to cover Leonidas like a blanket. The pass. Lalott off her hands, too high, and Nevada pulls out the 1-point win, 76-75. They had the play designed. Lalott on the near side, but the pass was too tall and off her hands.
Yeah, those kind of passes are hard over there from that sideline, trying to throw it in a way for your teammate to be able to catch it and kind of make that easy layup there. I mean, definitely won't be easy, but you're kind of, when you catch it in the air, you're right there next to the basket. All you have to do is kind of tap it in there, but a little off on that pass.
And yet another close 1-point game that Boise State has been in so many times this season. That's also the second loss this season when Boise State has scored over 70 points. They're now 7-2 when scoring over 70, and they fall tonight 76-75. Rachel Bowers will join us here momentarily after an outstanding game for Rachel Bowers. 15 points on 5 of 7, and Rachel, a tough one for Boise State. Yet another close game for the Broncos. Almost pulled it out, but in the first half, you hit your first 5 shots and really seemed to be the offensive answer for Boise State early on. What was it about your start tonight that made it possible for you to have such a good beginning part of this game?
We just had so much energy during warm-ups, and that's something we've been talking about since probably the last game, is just having more energy during warm-ups. So that definitely helped, and also my teammates are just great at hyping each other up, so that definitely contributed.
You talk a lot about energy. You guys finished out quarters pretty good going into halftime with that 6-0 run to cut the lead down to 10 points. And in the second half, you guys definitely picked up on your offense and defense. So just talk a little bit about what you guys did differently in the second half to kind of take over Nevada and try to give them a run for their money.
I think during halftime, the guards speak with the guards coach, with the post coach. I think they just really pinpointed what was going wrong in the first half, and then they made the fix for the second half, honestly. But we always have a focus on trying not to be, not like let up in the third quarter. So I think that also contributes every game. So
when you look at this Nevada team, they've got some explosive scorers, and you saw Hamilton in the second half kind of, take over and really exert her will. But you guys answered back. I mean, you talk about Elodie Lalott down low. I mean, between the two of you and the Natty Muse who wound up fouling out, that's a very strong low post presence for this Boise State team. What was the mindset? Was the idea is to get it into the paint and try and take advantage of your size?
Yeah, I think at the start of every game, it's more like who has the advantage, whether it's the guards or the post, and then we just try to take advantage of that as much as we can. And I think definitely Elodie, with her 18 points and 13 rebounds, definitely stepped it up tonight.
Well, Rachel, 15 points on 5 of 7 shooting. One more at home for the senior. That's got to be emotional coming into Monday night.
I'm coming back next year.
Oh, you are coming back? Okay.
I'm taking my COVID year. I think it's just Dom that's having her senior night.
Okay, well, then you set us straight. We look forward to seeing you next year. Congratulations on a good game. Unfortunately, the score didn't go out in your favor, but thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much.
Rachel Bowers, 15 points for Boise State. They fall in overtime tonight, 76-75 in their first overtime contest of the year, as Boise State can't pull it out. They've fallen out of 4-12 in the conference, 8-19 overall. Nevada improves to 18-9 and 10-5 in Mountain West play. Great game tonight, Brady.
Yeah, this was a great game to watch. I mean, both teams left it all out there on the court, scrapping for those 50-50 balls and doing everything that they can to set their team up for success.
Well, that'll wrap things up here from ExtraMile Arena in Boise. In overtime, the Nevada Wolfpack eke out a 76-75 win on a jumper with a second to go by Alexander, and Boise State has one more home game. We'll bring it to you Monday night, 6:30 Mountain Time. The Spartans of San Jose State come to town. For our entire crew and my broadcast partner, Breland Blanding, Mark Snyder, thanking you for joining us tonight, and have a pleasant evening from Boise, Idaho.